Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I did kind of like a blue gold thing. I used the KYLIE Cosmetics Blue Honey palette and I really love that palette. I wanted to do a tutorial on this since forever. So I did a little blue on top and then the gold on the bottom. And I just hope you enjoy. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and comment down below what videos would you like to see from me. I would really appreciate it. Hello guys, welcome to another video. So I'm starting off with brows. I'm using the NYX micro brow pencil in the shade Taupey just to line my brows, and after that I'm using the Avon brow kit in the shade soft brown as usual. So remember Jared, the little barrito under my eye? Yeah, he died. So before dying, he invited all of his friends to my forehead. So that's why I'm having a little constellation party in my forehead. Thank you. So please bear with me with that. Okay, so now I'm using the Avon brow kit in the shade soft brown, and I'm using an angle brush just to fill in the gaps. I usually fill more towards the tail of the brow instead of the beginning of the brow because we want that to look diffused and natural. Okay, and for carving my brows, I'm using the Avon concealer in shade light wheat. This is a very important step because if you mess up a little bit doing your eyebrow, this just covers the mistake. And if you have sparse hairs like me, this also covers a little bit more your hairs, so the brow seems more flawless. And now I'm just pushing the product downwards with the brush, so when I go on to blend later with the eyeshadow primer, it's easier. As you can see, there's a little bit of blank spaces on my brows. That's because after the concealer, I'm gonna fill that in with the brush. So the concealer gives me more of a mark where I have to fill in for the brow. I hope that's a great explanation. Okay, so now I'm using my finger to push the product downwards, so when I go on with the eyeshadow primer finally, I'm gonna blend it more easily because the eyeshadow primer and the concealer aren't the same shades. Okay, so now I'm taking again the Avon brow kit in the shade soft brown, and I'm just filling the little gaps that I didn't fill, and thanks to the concealer I can see now clearly where the blank spaces were, and I can get my brows to the perfect level. Okay, so now for eyeshadow primer, I'm using the Avon eyeshadow primer in light beige. This is a really good eyeshadow primer. I use my finger because I feel like because it's more velvety feel, it dries on more quickly, and if I use a brush and then a blender, it like gets patchy. So I like to use my finger, personal preference, and it sets by itself, so you don't have to use powder. I like to use powder for security, but it just, you can use it as it is. Okay, so as I mentioned before, I like to set my eyeshadow primer, and for that I'm using the Laura Mercier translucent powder. I love using powder after my eyeshadow primer because I feel like it gives more of a velvety feel and it makes your eyeshadow blend more flawlessly. Okay, today for eyeshadow, I'm using the KYLIE Cosmetics Blue Honey palette, and for the crease, I'm using the color Honeymoon, just to give a little definition to the eye before we go on to the crazy colors. So now I'm applying the color Blue Honey on top of the lid, just to start with the blue color, because after that I'm putting the sparkly version of that one on top. I'm gonna show it after. So as you can see, I'm taking the brush I used for Honeymoon and I'm just going back and forth with Blue Honey and Honeymoon just to blend everything together because they are very different colors. So I just take a little bit of Blue Honey and put it where Honeymoon is, and take the color Honeymoon and put it where Blue Honey is, so everything can blend seamlessly. Okay, so now on top of the lid, I'm using the color Royal Jelly, and this just gives off a little bit of a metallic more feel. I really love this color, so I'm just using my finger because I feel like it gives more pigmentation rather than using a brush. Okay, and now for the inner corner and later on the brow bone, I'm using the color Buzz Off. Okay, so I'm doing the final touches before we go on to liquid liner. For liner, I'm using the Wet n Wild liquid liner in dark brown. This is a really good and affordable liner. I really recommend this one. So if you go onto the drugstore, I really recommend you pick one up because this is a really, really good liner and the tip is really precise. So you can do a liner perfectly and really pointy. Okay, so I did my other eye off camera and I'm just cleaning up the excess of the black liner to make everything more flawlessly and to clean up the fallout. That's why I do my eyeshadow first, because of the fallout, you know, it can get everywhere. So, and especially more with blue eyeshadow. So I'm just cleaning everything up to move on to the face part. Okay, so now I'm using the Avon Magix Face Perfector, Magix with an X at the end. And this is a really good primer. I always use it on all of my videos. I really recommend it. So if you see an Avon seller, buy that product. It's the best. Okay, for foundation, as per usual, I'm using the Avon True Colors foundation in nude. And I always apply it with a brush and then blend it. I feel like it's more easy to apply it. Okay, this is another great product. This is the Avon Blender. And I really, really, really love this product. I've tried other blenders and I just go back to this one and it was like 99 cents. So definitely should buy. Okay, so now I'm using the KYLIE Cosmetics Skin Concealers in the color Bone. As you can see, I couldn't get it out of the box, but this is a really, really good concealer. It didn't cover quite well my barritos, but I really love this concealer. Even though just my barritos wanted to be there for you guys. They wanted to say hi, they wanted to pop out and have a constellation party, and yeah, they just wanted to be on camera. So okay, so as always, I put my concealer on my forehead, nose, upper lip, and chin and blend it out. And after that, I put it under my eye because I feel like the less time the concealer is under the eye, the less it creases. And also, I feel like if you leave the concealer there for a period of time, it can dry out and it can be harder to blend. So I like to put it at the end because I feel like it's fresher and it's easier to move around. Okay, so now is my weird face part, and I'm using the Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I'm blending first and then applying with it with a brush because I feel like putting powder with a blender, for me personally, it's harder, and I feel like it takes the foundation off, so I just use the brush. And I'm also taking that Laura Mercier translucent powder and put it in the places where I put my concealer, not just under the eye. And now for the perimeters of my face, I'm using the Avon Flawless Loose Powder in the shade Neutral. Yeah, and I also had a little bit of struggle to open it. I also drag it down my neck so the color can match my neck and it doesn't look like a mask. Yeah. And I also pass the brush on top of the places I put the translucent powder just to blend everything and take off the excess from the translucent powder. Okay, so now I'm using the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, and I'm using the shades Shadow Play and Subconscious because I feel like those shades mixed together, they're the perfect shade for me. And so I'm just contouring the sides of my face and my bottom lip. And then I'm taking a little angle brush just to contour my nose with the same shades. Okay, so now I'm taking a little eyeshadow brush to highlight my under eyes. I still don't know how to pronounce it, but we're gonna call it Leery. So I'm using the color Leery and Levitation together and mixed together. Okay, so I'm also putting it on the parts I put my concealer. Okay, so now I'm using my favorite face palette. I'm using the bronzer. As you can see, I hit pan. The bronzer is called Sunkissed. So now I'm using the Amazonian Clay, the Tarte blush in the shade Party. And I've been recently getting really into blush, and I've been loving blush. As you can see, I'm gonna put it everywhere. But yeah, I'm just loving the pinky tones, and yeah. Okay, so before we set this face, I'm going back to the Blue Honey to shade my under eye. And I'm first using the Honeymoon shade as a transition. And now with a flatter, smaller brush, I'm using the shade Bumble just to give a little more metallic and make my eyes pop a little bit more. So for setting spray, I used the Pretty Vulgar setting spray, and as always, I went outside and sprayed. Okay, for highlighter now, I'm using the color Buzz Off from the Blue Honey palette just to give my face a little more life because it's really matte. Okay, so as I mentioned before, I'm using a little blending brush to put the color Buzz Off on my brow bone, on my inner corner, on the little parts, because if I use a big brush, the highlighter is going to get everywhere. Okay, so now I'm taking the same brush I used to highlight my concealer just to blend everything together. Okay, so for my top lashes, I'm using the Big and Daring Avon mascara. And for my bottom lashes, I'm using the Avon True Color Super Extended Winged Out mascara because it has a little one, so it's easier to not get it everywhere. Yeah, it's more precise, I feel like. Okay, so for liner, I was looking for my liner there. For liner, I'm using the Avon True Colors liner in the shade Nude. Yeah, I didn't want my lips to stand out that much because the eyes are already really dramatic. So yeah, I just wanted to go for a more nude type. Yeah. Okay, so my lips are really chapped, so please don't come at me. I know. Okay, so now we're going to lipstick. Yeah, I actually accidentally took the sparkling nude. It was the naturally nude. So yeah, I'm taking the Avon Naturally Nude lipstick. This is a really great combo, and as you can see, my lips are pretty chapped, so please bear with me. And yeah, after that, yeah, you'll see. Okay, so now I'm taking the KYLIE Cosmetics Popping Gloss and I'm using it as a lip topper. I just wanted the gold hue because of my under eyes. My under eyes have like a gold, so I just wanted to pair it up with my lips. As you can see, I'm only putting it in the center to give the illusion of a bigger pout. Okay, so here's when I remember that I forgot the eyelash gel, but I didn't forget the brow gel. So yeah, I'm setting my brows, first putting the product in and then brushing it upwards and then sideways to make them look perfect. Okay, so for my waterline, I'm using a liner that I found in a Disney Elf kit, the ones that sell in Walgreens. I forgot the name, but it's just a gold liner. Thank you guys. I hope you enjoy this video. For some time I wanted to do like a blue eye on this channel, and I finally made it. I'm so excited and I really like how it turned out. I always go with the blue all the way up, and I kind of wanted to neutralize it a little bit more. And yeah, I really like it. I hope you guys enjoy, and please comment down below what kind of videos would you like to see from me. Like this video and don't forget to subscribe. Okay, so besides that, I wanted to make a super really exciting announcement. For those of you who didn't know, I have another account on Instagram. It's my art account, and I recently just started my own shop. It's on Etsy, Jamel Delights, and my first merch was phone covers. So I'm really excited. You send me your photo and I draw it and send it to print on a cover, and I send it to you, and I'm really excited. I don't know if you can see, that's me. And without the, okay, now you can. Okay, with the lights you can't see well, but it's pink pastel pink on the background. So you send me your photo, I draw it, and you choose the background, and I send it to you. You'll have the most original cover for sure. Nobody's gonna have your face on the cover except you, and I'm so excited. Okay, so I'm gonna put it in the subscription box below. You should check that out definitely. And also, thanks for watching again. I'm really excited. I'll see you next Friday, and I'm still thinking of doing a rose gold. Comment down below what you think. Bye guys.